So Microsoft are biting back at PS3 with a brand new console, the Xbox Elite, and I've come here to get a sneak glimpse of it before its US launch at the end of April.
And there it is in all of its stealth black glory. Inside, the Xbox Elite is very similar to a normal 360, but it has two superpowers, a 120GB hard drive and an HDMI output. Plus, of course, black controllers and loads of cables. But what's missing is significant too. No HD DVD, no Wi-Fi.
I'm here with Scott Hanson to ask a couple of questions about the new Xbox Elite. Now, Scott, it looks like a great system and a real rival to the Xbox. There's two things that a lot of people are saying are missing, and I'd just like to ask you about those individually.
Sure.
The first is a high-def DVD format.
Okay.
What's the thinking behind not putting that into the box?
Yeah, so the thinking is to give consumers a choice. You know, we wanted to give great gaming value primarily, right, and obviously entertainment value too. But at the end of the day, these things are fundamentally about games. And so the additional capacity in the HDMI and having all the cables in the box, you know, were the things that, you know, consumers were really excited about. You know, our fundamental bet is around live and online, and we think that that's going to transform games and entertainment in the future. HD DVD, Blu-ray, we'll see how those things shake out, but we didn't think the additional burden cost to the consumers was worth the benefit to the consumer.
Okay, well that kind of makes sense to me, because I think that obviously we're getting a lot of our video down the tubes anyway, rather than on DVD. But the one thing that I'm amazed it's missing is Wi-Fi. Why not build Wi-Fi into this one?
No, it's a fantastic question, and certainly, you know, Wi-Fi continues to take off. When we made the initial bet around Wi-Fi, you may remember that the accessory that we sell is A, B, and G, and the kind of thinking around that was, you know, high definition streaming in the home. You know, you aggregate a lot of your stuff in the PC, and then you can stream over. We're still thinking about those kinds of scenarios, still looking about whether Wi-Fi should be built in or not. We're still making the bet that that's something that people can add, because not 100% of consumers are yet connected, although that of course would be our ambition. We know that's a key thing that we need to keep monitoring and looking at, and you know, maybe in the future there's things there, but we'll continue to, you know, make the bridges work, continue to make sure that our accessory works great with it, and you know, keep the cost at a really reasonable rate for the consumer.
Okay, one final thing.
Sure.
You've got a 120GB hard drive. Are we going to see video downloads in the UK anytime soon?
So while we're not talking about that today, our intention is to bring that around the world. And you know, one of the things we did in the United States that should inform this question a little bit is when we were really close to making the service available, we announced it, right? We didn't announce it years in advance, and then, you know, it took us 2 years to drag it out. So similar sort of philosophy with both the Xbox 360 Elite and the video marketplace. As the dates get closer and we know we can bring it to market, then you'll hear us get very specific about that.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much.
Sure, you bet.
Cheers.
Scott then showed us a direct side-by-side comparison between the Elite and the PS3, running Call of Duty and Virtua Tennis, which looked very similar on the two consoles. It has to be said, though, developers are still getting used to the PS3.
Well, there you go. I've seen the new Xbox 360 Elite, and side by side with the PS3, it's actually really impressive. I saw Virtua Tennis running on both consoles. They look pretty similar, although I did think the Xbox actually looked better through component than through HDMI. I'm mystified by the lack of Wi-Fi, but otherwise it is a great rival to the PS3. The only problem is, in the UK, we don't know when it's going to come out, and we don't know when the video downloads are going to come out. In the US, the Xbox Elite arrives at the end of April.